Welcome to part 37. We are still in the water temple, and we have just risen the water to level 2. And this block right here, it also went up with the water, and this block was previously covering this hole right here. And with the block now floating along the water, we can now go down this recently uncovered hole and explore some more. Now, going down this underwater passageway, we will encounter a crystal switch that we can strike with our Hookshot, and after striking this crystal switch, a cage gate will open up, and it will release a bunch of shell blades and spike balls. Now, the spike balls will retract into their rock forms, and they are easy pickings if you shoot them from afar with the Hookshot. Yeah, I know it's a dirty tactic, but hey, it's better than dying. And once you get rid of all the spike balls, just go for the shell blades, get rid of them. Now, unlike that other room that I've encountered earlier, you know what I'm talking about. I have lots of room to maneuver, so it's all a matter of getting close enough and striking the enemy. And with that, when all of them are dead, this other cage gate thing will open up and we can float on upwards. And then inside this, pretty much this treasure chest here will be another small key to collect. Goody. We're collecting keys left and right. Keys are good. Keys are fun. Keys lets us get into forbidden areas. Yay. Alright. Now, here's the thing about me having to pause back and forth. I mean, for those of you who've played the console version of this game, it can be tiresome. Thankfully, though, in the 3DS version of the Ocarina of Time, they've made it so that the iron boots and later on the hover boots were to become item buttons. In other words, you just assign the boots to a button, press that button, the boots will come on and off instantly, no pausing required. So that's always nice. Anyway, when we float back up here, we'll go through this door right here, and it will seal behind us. Even though there is a torch here that we can use on the unlit portions, which we can use to basically unseal the door, but what's the point of that? Anyway, float back down and head back to the room where we met Princess Ruto, or Princess Load as I like to call her. And basically we are going to float upward. Now, because the water is at level 2, we will not go all the way up to where the Triforce switch is. Instead, we will go up as far as this cracked wall right here. And then, of course, you want to plant a bomb. Of course, I keep forgetting that I already have the bomb equipped in my inventory. Alright, and in this room, there are no enemies to fight, but there is another small key. Goody! Alright, now that we have 3 small keys, we can explore this temple a little more thoroughly. Wait. What I am going to do now is I am going to go back into the water and head back into the main chamber to use one of these keys. Basically, what you want to do is there will be a door to unlock here, and this door will lead us, well, basically it's the beginning of the path that will take us to water switch number 3. Yeah, the 3rd water switch, and this switch will allow us to raise the water back to its original length, the length that we started, basically the temple's default water length when we entered here the first time. So, yeah. Anyway, to get there, as you can see here, there is a water column sprout thingy. But on top, there is a Tektite waiting for us. You can lower the Tektite down by walking across the water column thing, and it'll come downwards, and you can just kill it easily. Now, what I do here is make sure you have the hookshot equipped and just aim for the crystal switch from the water column. And when you time it just right, the water column will rise with you on it. And when we get to the top, just jump off and yeah. And again, the thing's timed too, so yeah. And the door sealed behind me. But here we are, folks. This is water switch number 3. By playing Zelda's Lullaby at this switch, again, it will raise the water back to its maximum length. Maximum height, I should say. And of course those blocks, they rise along with the water. So, are these blocks made of some kind of floating material? Are they made of like wood or something? Well, who am I to explain this thing? Anyway, folks, kill the Tektite so that it won't bug you as you attempt to continue. Basically, we're going to go to this door right here, which is basically on the same side we just came from, except at a much higher level. And we're going to use one of our small keys here. Now, this room here, before we deal with the puzzle here, take out the keys that are along the left and right side of this opening right here. Basically, what we're going to do here is see these platforms that are coming downward from this waterfall here. Well, if you notice that they have hookshot targets on them. Our goal here is to hookshot each one of these platforms that's coming down, and we're going to use them to climb up to this door that's across the room. Now, you may have noticed there is a gold Skulltula on the right side of the wall. However, at this time, we cannot get it because the hook shot is not long enough. If only we had something longer, something that has more reach to it, we could probably get it. Anyway, just from right here at this platform, just hook onto the hook shot platforms. Be careful though, as they fall. I mean, you'll have plenty of time to jump to hook shot from platform to platform. Just don't dilly-dally and make sure you do not end up in the hole at the bottom because that's not good. And of course, you want to time it so that you don't want to, again, slide downward. And yeah, that's it. And we'll use our last small key for right now on this door. Now, this room has a unique concept. You see this crystal switch right here? If we strike it with the hook shot, it will raise the water level just enough so that these dragon head things will rise with the water. And like the previous one we've encountered earlier, they will also have hook shot targets on them, and we will use them to hook shot all over the place. Now, there are Tektites along the water here, and of course they will react if they see you, so if one gets close to you, just kill it. Don't waste your time, just kill it. See, here's one coming at me right now. Alright, basically, if you can, try and ignore the Tektites while doing this puzzle. Anyway, hook shot to this dragon's head right here. I think that's a dragon's head, or it could be a serpent, I'm not sure. Anyway, after you hook shot the thing, shoot the crystal switch with the hook shot to lower the water again, because we need to lower the dragon's head on one of these platforms so we can cross, like go on top of its head. And then just hook shot this target right here. So yeah, it's a pretty simple puzzle if you know what you're doing. Just jumping across, striking the crystal switch at the right time. you should get the hang of it in no time. And this Tektite right here, it won't reach me. It's not worthy of me killing it. So I just went ahead and hookshot this thing right here. Shoot said crystal switch so that you can lower the dragon's head. And now, at this point, get on top of the dragon's head and hit the crystal switch one more time so that you will rise up to the next platform. Now, at this next platform, we will encounter 2 more Tektites and a like. Yep, we have a like here too, folks. And just like the ones from the Fire Temple, if it eats you, not only will you'll lose your Hylian shield if you don't kill it quickly, you will lose your Zora tunic. Yeah. Basically, any oddly colored tunic, any tunic that's not green, will be a like's delicacy. So again, kill it from afar with arrows, because I don't want this thing snacking on me. Alright, afterwards, after the like is dead, just hookshot the target right here to get across the spikes. And get the pots for any necessary supplies, because through this door we will encounter a mini-boss. Now, the room we're about to encounter is kind of weird looking. It's this wide open space with a white sky, water on the ground, and this island and 2 structures. I mean, it's all weird looking, folks. See? It's all weird looking. And look, folks. Look at my reflection in the water. Look at it carefully, folks. Now, when I pass this island right here, my reflection is gone. Where did it go? Well, we'll find out in just a second. Well, after investigating that this building is sealed, go back towards the island and we'll find out that we're not alone. Folks, say hi to Dark Link. Dark Link has actually been in a previous Zelda game before, Zelda 2: The Adventures of Link. In fact, he was the final boss of that game. Here he is back, and he is a mini-boss this time. Basically, the concept with Dark Link is that he is your mirror image. If you decide to attack him with sword swipes, he will mimic those sword swipes. He will match you blow for blow, and yeah, it won't be pretty, and it's not a good idea to Z-target him. Basically, the idea with Dark Link is to use attacks that he cannot defend himself with, attacks that he cannot mimic. So, you can use the Megaton Hammer, and of course, at first, he is blocking my attacks with the Megaton Hammer. However, once I get an opening and manage to knock him down, he will not defend against the Megaton Hammer for the rest of this fight, so I can just whack away. Now, Dark Link can also be vulnerable against Din's Fire. You can try and use Bigoron Sword if you can. The point is, once you figure out how to fight him, he is easy. And as you find him more and more, as he takes more damage, he'll start attacking more and more towards you, even though you're not attacking him. But if you keep this up, eventually he will fall and die. And when he dies, he will leave behind some rupees. 15 to 20, depending on, well, depending on how the game feels like rewarding you. And as you can see here, once Dark Link is dead, this room will change back to its regular water temple configuration. So that whole room was an illusion. So yeah, it's bizarre. Anyway, go through the store here and we will get the treasure of the water temple. Say hello to the long shot. An upgraded hookshot, like the description says, it extends twice as long. And it automatically replaces your hookshot. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll see it in action shortly. Anyway, here, there is a time block, so you just pull out the ocarina, play the Song of Time, and open up the hole. Alright, and then just fall down said hole, and we will be in a new area. We will actually be underneath the water temple, and basically this river right here, it's pretty much filled with water vortexes, and Thank you for pointing this out, Navi. Basically, when you are going along this river, these vortexes will attempt to suck you in, and if you get sucked in, it's pretty much the equivalent of falling into a bottomless pit. You'll reappear at this platform with less health. Now, it's not as hard as it looks. Just go with the flow. Just keep swimming to avoid the vortexes, and you should do fine. Now, here, put on the iron boots, because there is a gold Skulltula here, and basically, once we pass a certain vortex, we cannot backtrack. So, just again, pull out the iron boots, because as long as you wear the iron boots, you cannot get pulled into the vortex. Well, while standing still, that is. However, if like you approach like the land area, like the little crater where the vortex is, the vortex effect is so strong that it can pull you in while wearing the iron boots. So, basically, it's safer and easier just to navigate this river by swimming. Don't even bother with the iron boots. I mean, the only reason you could use the iron boots is to stop and get yourself, basically, get your bearings. So, yeah. I mean, if you try and walk along the bottom in this vortex, the vortex will try and suck you in, and that's not good. Anyway, these two pots here, one of them contains a fairy. So yeah, this is one opportunity that you can use to get a bottled fairy. Especially if you had to use one earlier in this dungeon like I did. That was embarrassing. But, hey, I'm still alive. I have not died. I will not die in this playthrough. Thank you very much. Alright. Yeah. Shut up. I know what a fairy does. And why couldn't Navi be like this helpful? Anyway, what you want to do here is swim or walk with the iron boots along this pathway here between these two vortexes to this little area right here. And when we get on, shoot this eye switch and it will unseal the gate to my left. Now the goal is to use the long shot to hook onto the treasure chest before the time runs out and the gate seals on us. Now look what happens right here. I managed to hookshot the target and I went through the gate. I actually went through the gate after successfully latching onto the chest. I was lucky there. And of course the chest contains another small key. Now going this way right here, folks, we will be back in a familiar room. We are back in the whirlpool room. So yeah, we're pretty much backtracking back to the main room at this point because we're done with this area of the water temple. Of course, there's a Tektite back again and dead again. Alright. Now, the good news is I don't have to long shot the target this time because as you'll see here, the water is still at level 3. It's still at its maximum height. So basically just float on upwards. Just go with the flow. Yeah. And before I get too far into this playthrough, I'm going to backtrack to that water platform room. You know, the one that has the platforms going down from the waterfall. Because now that I have a longer hook shot, I am going to get that gold Skulltula that I missed. Of course, again, first you want to kill the keys so they won't bug you. Alright, and witness the mighty power of the long shot. See how long, see how far it can reach? Twice the length of the other hook shot. Much superior. See, the old hook shot wouldn't have made it this far. See, this is incredible. Yeah, got the gold Skulltula, and I am done with this room. And of course, you can see here that I have not gotten every gold skulltula in this temple. We are missing some, and I will get them. Alright, now here's what we're going to do next. We need to get the water down to level 2. Now, how are we going to do this? Well, we first have to get the water down to level 1. That means we have to go back to the room where we met Princess Ruto, float up to the room where the level 1 switch is, play the Zelda's Lullaby to bring the water all the way down to level 1, then go into the tower and raise the water to level 2. See, this is another one of these major complaints about the water temple. All this unnecessary backtracking. I mean, I wouldn't mind having the ability to raise the water level if there was some kind of central hub, some kind of central location. Maybe even just one water switch you can switch back and forth at will. I mean, that would be fine. That would be nice if you just go to any one of these 3 and have the ability to change it to a certain level that you want. Not having a fixed location for a fixed level. But I digress. Okay. And of course, it'd be nice if I learned to play the notes right, too. Alright. While I'm going back to these water switches, the 3DS version of this game, in the water temple, they've actually marked the hallways. Yeah, they actually have these marked hallways for pretty much telling you this way to a water switch. If you want to get to a water switch, go this way. Yeah, they'd be these lines that would go along the hallway and leading upward and all that stuff. And for veteran Zelda players like myself, I don't think it's necessary, but whatever. Anyway, and here's another fun fact. The Master Quest version of this game, the water temple is actually easier. Yeah, this temple is actually easier in the game's hard mode, and and if it's easier in its hard mode, that means that this temple can really be a headache to people, especially those who do not have any access to game guides and have to do this all from scratch and all that. Alright, folks, in part 38, we will finish the water temple. We will be done with this place once and for all, and I can be happy. See you then!